Hey friends, Tux here. One of my biggest fears and anxieties is tires going flat. On my Corvette here, I have run flats, but even with a run flat, you still get a screw every now and then, okay, or a nail on the tire. It's easy to change them, and I wanted to show you that process real quick. Now here you'll see all the tools we have, and this is everything you'll need. A basic tire changing kit, tire plug kit, okay? And that does include the little plugs, this part right here, okay? And this goes into the hole that the nail you're removing, the hole that you're making, essentially. Okay, it has a reamer, and this kind of like cleans the hole. Once you have the nail removed, you just kind of shove this in and out a few times to make sure the hole is nice and clean. And then you insert the plug itself, which I've already fed through the little needle there. As you can see, it just slides right in, and this just goes right into the plug. And then with one clean swoop, you just whoop, pull it out, okay? Pretty simple stuff. And then you snip the excess, and you're good to go. Okay, in my case here, I got pretty lucky. I can see the screw. I did pull this out myself with a small screwdriver, but if you can find this, just use some soapy water here. Let me give a little demonstration. I'll give it a little spray. And you can see it bubbling out. See all the bubbles there? See the bubbles? That's a clear indicator that air is coming out, okay? So you definitely need to plug that hole. And if you just do this to the whole tire, you'll see air coming out one or hopefully not more than one spot, but if you do, then you have more than one plug to take care of, okay? I do recommend actually feeding this through. This is the actual plug, okay, into the tool before you actually remove the other one. Just have this kind of ready on standby. And some kits do not include cement, but I do recommend kits that use cement, or you can buy some aftermarket cement to go onto the plug to make it extra sticky. Okay, so that just goes right onto here. Again, I'm doing this one-handed laying on the ground, so I apologize for any bad camera angles. But first, we need to go ahead and remove this screw completely, and then go ahead and use the rimming tool here to go ahead and clean the hole, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I put the camera down because, again, one-handed laying on the ground, but that is the first step to this process. Okay, so I removed the screw, and it was pretty big. It was like a little screw, okay? And here I have the reaming tool. I've actually done this a few times. Sometimes I just kind of spin it in and out. Some people will give it a good yank. It does have a good handle here, so you can pull it up. But the main thing is to clean that hole before you put the plug in. Plus, reaming the hole does make it a little bit easier to get this in. Okay, so I finally got it in here. I have to say that this time it was actually much more difficult than I thought, largely because the hole was so small. The previous nail hole was so small, it was very hard to actually get this all the way in, okay, one of these tar plugs. Okay, so I got it in there, just took a little extra reaming. I had to go ahead and use the tool a second time and just give it a good go, and now you can see it is plugged. Now, for me, I like to give it a little extra adhesive, even on the outside, just to play it safe. It does help a lot. It does make it a little bit more messy, but for me, it's well worth it because I certainly do not want to have a flat on the road. That would be terrible. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a little extra and then cut off the surplus. Now, one little trick that a lot of people would not recommend, but I do, I'll admit it, okay, is I overinflate the tire just a little bit when I plug a tire to see if it's leaking, to give it that little extra push to see if there's any kind of air coming out of it anywhere. So as you can see here, I have overinflated the tire just a little bit, and compared to the other tires, which are 31, I made it 37, okay, so 6 pounds over, not a ton, but a little bit, you know, it's not red, it's not a caution, but it is a little higher than I would normally have it, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and let the tire plug dry, and I'm gonna watch this. I may come back to the car. You know, they say it takes 15-20 minutes. Hell, I'll give it an hour or two, okay? I went ahead and I hooked up a tire inflator here, which I have to say, I haven't done a review on this, but this little thing has saved my life so many times. I put a little extra air in just to see if it holds, okay? And so far, so good. I've been watching inside the car and the inside like car tire pressure monitor, and it looks like it's holding really well. Now, I did leave a little extra surplus back here just to wear down. I'm gonna let this dry. Like, some people drive on it right away. I don't recommend that. I'd say go ahead and just let it sit for a while, but this is definitely something that is doable. It costs about like $10 for a whole kit that can repair a lot of tires, okay? So I'd recommend trying this, even on super flats. I've been running plugs on super flats for a while now, you know, and when it comes time to change this tire, I'll gladly buy a new tire. But if you have a tire with decent tread and you wanna like get a few more miles out of it, there's really nothing wrong with that, especially if you're daily driving and not like tracking or something, okay? All right, friends, I hope this video helps you. I hope you go ahead and try this yourself. If you have any questions, tuxtoys@gmail.com. Again, this is not a video I was intending on making, but I thought maybe it would help people. So I wanted to go ahead and make it anyway and just show you that it really can be done. I'm not a mechanic. I'm just someone who loves driving sports cars, and I do get tire nails and screws occasionally, you know. So it's something that really you want to do. And this is the culprit. This is the little screw that was in there and caused me to lose air every single day, you know. So real pain in the butt, but for about 10 bucks, it's easily solved, okay? All right, friends, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.